Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm so excited it's Thursday. This week's actually gone by really, really fast. Honestly, since Christmas break, I feel like it's just gone really, really fast. But I am so ready for next week to be off. I know I'll be like busy the whole time because I have to go to that conference, but it is still time off of school, and any time off of school I feel like is still just like mentally relaxing, even if I'm busy with stuff. So I never shared this last night because I was still like in shock about it, and then I was just kind of ending the vlog off, but I like almost I could have actually hit a person yesterday. I don't even know. I was driving through like one of the busiest intersections where we live, and it's huge. It's like 3 lanes going straight, so, and then like turning lanes and stuff, so it's a huge intersection, and I had the green light and I was going straight through the intersection, and all of a sudden I like the pillars on my car are really, really big, and it's always like a bad blind spot, and like even in the back too. But all of a sudden there's just like a guy like on a bike right in front of my car, and I slammed on the brakes. Everything in my car like went flying, and he jumped off his bike and looked at me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I almost just hit that guy. He was in my blind spot. Like, that's awful. Like, I can't believe that actually just happened. And then he got back on his bike. I kept driving because he didn't do anything. And I started going, and I'm like, wait, I had the green light. Like, why in the world was this guy just driving this way through the intersection when I was going this way and I had a green light to go straight? So I have no idea why this guy was just riding his bike through a busy intersection, but I was like shaking because I was just like, oh my gosh, like I almost just hit a person. And honestly, my tire probably, or like the front of my car probably did hit his bike, and I can't really I couldn't even tell because everything in my car went flying. And you know when you like slam on your brakes super, super hard that your car like almost like clunks? So scary. So after that, I was just like really shook up because that was scary. Because that wasn't my fault. Like I was just going through the intersection. Like you don't enter an intersection when it's green and you're not the first car and like look both ways. You shouldn't have to do that. If I'm like the first car, then yeah, I'll look both ways to make sure nobody runs the light. But I was like the 5th car going through it, so it wasn't like I was the first one. So I don't know. Anyway. I'm gonna head to school and get a lot of work done this morning. I need to figure out, I actually have music today because I switched my music time since I had training yesterday, and it would have been my music time. So I'm gonna go get some work done. I don't have a lot of planning to do because we're gonna switch up the way we're doing things. So I don't really want to plan yet because I'll probably end up changing it. And it's not next week anyway, it's the week after, so I have like all next week I could really work on stuff. So I actually don't have that much to do, but I do need to figure out like exactly what I'm doing today. I have an idea of what I'm doing. I know I have it like written down, but I just need to like fine tune it all. So anyway, I'm gonna head to school and hope I don't hit anyone on my way there, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Hello, it's the end of the day. It is 4 o'clock, and it's actually almost 4:10. And I just got done cleaning up my room. I feel like they just have like I have stuff everywhere. And it's not even like that messy right now, but I just feel like it feels so cluttered. And a lot of things are just out of place, and it's driving me insane. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I have stuff I need to do right now, but I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to. I need to film the spelling test for tomorrow. Do I? Yeah, I need to film the spelling test, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow in the morning before school because I'm just not in the mood right now. So that's life. I want to get out of here like really soon so I can go to the gym. Today, what did we do today? Well, I can't really show you. I can show you a couple. We made these little pizza things. What does that say? You've stolen a piece of my heart. And then I had them inside write a letter to someone. Not necessarily a letter, but like what do you call it? Love you, Mom. Oh, cute. Like a positive note kind of thing. So they could use I love you because, I appreciate you because, or I care about you because, or if they had something different they wanted to use, then they could come up with something on their own. And then they made a little pizza. This morning we had, what did we do this morning? We worked on a point of view lesson. I did a power writing, which I learned at a training that I had been to last weekend, I think. You do 3 rounds and it was a minute each, and you gave them like, the only thing I'm kind of confused about is like what to have them write about. The video that I saw, she gave them like a word and had them almost kind of like respond to that word, like write something about that word, and I did that today, but I feel like it was a little hard for them. I almost needed like a question, which they had said not to use a prompt, but I feel like it almost would have been better. But anyway, so you give them a minute so that they build their writing fluency, and so you give them a minute to write as quick as they can, as much as they can. They count how much they wrote, and then they do it again, and then they see if they got a better score. Then they do it a third time, they see if they got a better score. They get to share their favorite one with, it's basically like quick writes, but like 1 minute at a time, and it's very, very like quick, and they liked it. And it doesn't take a long time, which is really nice, but it helps to just kind of build that writing fluency, and then that will tell you a lot in your, or as a teacher, like what your students are lacking in writing, because when they're writing really quickly, they're going to forget things. And well, actually I gave them the opportunity when we were all finished to go back through. I gave them 2 minutes to go back through and find anything that was wrong. And I told them, don't erase it if it's wrong, just like cross it out and fix it above, like capital letters, periods, etc., misspellings or anything like that. Because one thing they talked about at the training was the difference between a mistake and an error. So like mistake is with you pointing it out, they know how to fix it, they know what was wrong, whereas an error, I feel like that's the same thing. Maybe the 2 words I'm thinking of are incorrect, but anyway, it's basically like whether or not they can fix it. Like if you're like, hey, what's wrong with this, and they're like, oh yeah, it needs capital letter, whoops, sorry, forgot. That's not necessarily like they don't understand it, that's just like they made a mistake, versus a kid who's like still doesn't even understand what's wrong, or can't explain to you why it needs something along those lines. So if that makes any sense. So a lot of the stuff that they were catching was more just like quick mistakes. So I let them go back and fix it, but that will tell you a lot in reading those and looking through those, a lot about your students' writing fluency and what they're lacking in. If they're constantly doing the same thing and that's when they're writing quickly and they don't go back and fix it, you know that that's kind of something that you need to work on with them in terms of writing. So that was kind of a cool little thing. It's called power writing, although when I googled it, a bunch of other stuff came up, so I feel like it's not actually called power writing. At least like there's other things called power writing is what I mean. So anyway, that's what we did, and then went to music, came back. Oh, I'm not teaching my students the standard algorithm for subtraction, which I told you guys before. We are well, that's a lie. I taught my high kids, because I only taught to my kids who could explain to me like why they go next door and what that means. But it's not technically a 2nd grade standard. It's not a standard until 4th grade. But I felt like my higher kids were ready for it. So anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, I'm teaching them using like base 10 blocks, and I don't like want them to always be using the blocks. I want them to be able to draw it, because they don't always have those blocks to just like pull out of thin air when, you know, they need to solve a problem. So I've been teaching them just to draw it out, but then their drawings get so sloppy that they're getting their problems wrong simply because their drawing is sloppy, not because they don't understand what to do. So on our curriculum's website that they have, it has like digital manipulatives, and so we spent like half an hour, because that's all the time we had, solving problems using the digital base 10 blocks, because I completely forgot that that was something that they had on there, and I will honestly say I don't really think it helped. I think they still were like subtracting too many. I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe today, because it was just like a new thing and they all thought it was super duper cool, it wasn't as effective. Like I feel like they just took them forever, which kind of makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. They taught us a bunch of new ways at the training I was at yesterday for the subtraction, but some of the ways, like, I think they're cool and they make sense to me, but some of the kids still, it's just like whoosh over their head, like completely. Let me show you this strategy. I thought it was super cool, but I swear when I taught my kids, they were just like, huh? So if your problem was, let me get a marker. Okay, so if your problem was like 58, no, minus 29, I guess. So you use this skill or the strategy of like counting up. So you say 29 plus 1 would give me 30. My handwriting looks so sloppy. Oh my goodness. 30 plus 20 would give me 50. 50 plus 8 would give me that 58, which was my whole. And then you add up those three. So then that means, what is, I don't know, 29. 29 plus 29 equals 58. Yes, that's right. So then you add up all those. I think that's a really cool strategy, but when I showed my kids, I feel like they just kind of looked at me like I was crazy. I'm zooming in on my face. Maybe with more practice and like, I don't know, maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna show you my outfit and then I'm gonna take my thumbnail and I think I'm gonna head home because I'm kind of over it. So I feel like this week has been a very odd week because I feel like, I don't know, yesterday kind of just threw me off. Like this week went by really fast. So I'm wearing, every day struggle. I have on this long sleeve cotton dress from, it actually kind of looks like something that's like LuLaRoe actually, now that I think about it. It's from Old Navy though. And my friend's about to come in. And I have on brown boots, and that's what I'm wearing. Hello, it's officially the next day. It is 6:30 on Friday, and I never like did anything else for the vlog yesterday. I think the last clip I filmed, I was showing you my outfit, but I left work at like 5. I went to the gym. I went to my grandparents' house because my grandpa changed out my light bulb for me in my headlight. I asked him if he could do it because Skylar wasn't really sure how to do it, and every time I get home it's like already dark, so it's really hard to see. So I just figured I'd go over there because my grandpa works on cars. So, and it was like right where I was. And then I went to Walmart to pick up a couple things. We needed a paint tray because we found out yesterday that the appraiser is coming today for our house. And so we had to basically repaint our back awning, I guess you would call it, patio thing. Yeah, so before they came, and we didn't realize they were coming until like 18 hours before they were going to be here. So we thought we had more time and we didn't. So Skylar started painting, and then when I got home I started helping him. We painted until like almost 8, and then I ate dinner and I sat down and worked on paperwork. So I feel like I basically just had a really busy night, and I never even like thought about vlogging. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end off the vlog here and then start my new one. So I will catch up with you guys in about 5 minutes, but for you it'll be a whole day, which is crazy. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.